Here in Wisconsin, the Packers, Bucks, and Brewers are all fan favorites. But today we're going to take an inside look at another one of Milwaukee's professional sports teams. They reside downtown, but unlike the Bucks and the Brewers, this team uses a puck instead of a ball. In the next half hour, we'll explore the world of ice hockey through Wisconsin's fourth major sports team, the Milwaukee Admirals. So grab your pads and lace up your skates, because it's sure to be a barn burner. This is Face-Off in Milwaukee. Hello everyone, my name is Don Brown and welcome to Face-Off in Milwaukee, a show where we'll take a deep dive into Wisconsin's very own professional hockey team, the Milwaukee Admirals. The Admirals, or the Ads, have been located in Milwaukee for over 50 years, but even with extensive time in the city, the team has been concealed from the spotlight. To get a better understanding of the Admirals and their proud history, our field reporter Shannon O'Dwyer will take you for a tour of where the Admirals call home.
Here in Milwaukee, sports are a significant part of the culture. Everywhere you visit throughout the city, Bucks Green and Brewers Blue will be displayed on the streets. But many people don't know that Milwaukee has a third team that competes in one of America's top 5 major sports. Hidden away in downtown, across from the Fiserv Forum, is the UW Panther Arena, the home of the Milwaukee Admirals. Founded in 1970, the Admirals, originally known as the Milwaukee Wings, have been a part of the American Hockey League since 2001. The team has been successful during their time in the AHL, making the playoffs in all but 3 seasons and winning the AHL championship in just their 3rd season in the league. The Admirals are also the top-level affiliate of the NHL's Nashville Predators. Almost 1/3 of the players that are currently on Nashville's roster have played for the Admirals at some point in their careers. Many notable NHL stars have also played for the Admirals. Players such as the legendary goaltender Pekka Rinne, 2-time Stanley Cup winner Patrick Hornqvist, and the NHL Hall of Famer Shea Weber have all spent time in Milwaukee. Now, while the Admirals may not be an NHL team, it doesn't mean that the team doesn't have die-hard fans. And on game day, the atmosphere in the arena becomes electric. The Admirals are a team with a history rooted in the Milwaukee community. And with great staff, talented players, and such a supportive fan base, the Admirals will continue writing that history for years to come.
The Admirals certainly have a deep history rooted in Milwaukee, but it wouldn't be possible without people pulling the strings behind the scenes. One person who has played a significant part in writing that history for the last 20 years joins us now in studio. Admirals President John Greenberg. John, thank you for coming on the show today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
You bet. So John, what are some of your duties as Admirals President?
Well, I represent the team at league meetings as alternate board of governor. Harris Tur, our owner, is our primary governor for the organization, but I'm the alternate and handle most of the league business. Okay. Certainly oversee all the different aspects of what we do for the team, serve as the team spokesperson. So just a lot of things to keep us out there in the public.
Sure. How does your role with the Ads compare with the job you had with the Brewers?
Well, certainly I left the Brewers as the director of media relations. Certainly have tried to keep those relationships over time to help get the Admirals more attention. Sure. And it's all about relationships in Milwaukee. It's such a small city, but we have a lot of sports teams here, and ways for us to stay out there in front of the public big priority for me.
Sure. What have been some of your biggest challenges as president of the Admirals?
Well, certainly when we came on back in 2005, the team was very close to being out of business. And so we were able to come in and really relaunch the organization, rebrand, and grow. We only had 4 full-time employees when we first came in. So it was really starting from scratch to build a professional sports team. And that's been a lot of fun. And, the weather is always an obstacle in the wintertime. The chances of having a bad team performance. We've been blessed to only miss the playoffs 3 times since I've been there, so that one really hasn't been too much of a issue. Sure. But it's been a really good run for the last 20 years.
That's great. Now we know you have a loyal fan base, but what have you been doing and the Admirals doing to increase attendance? Yeah,
absolutely. So we reach out to people in groups all throughout our community. Really, we think we're more of a 7 county asset. And so we reach out to people throughout the area. People can come out and be part of groups that raise money for charity. We do play a game every year for charity. This year again for Children's Wisconsin, so where we give back a good portion of our ticket proceeds to help a community asset. And great promotions, lots of fun, and all surrounding the game of hockey is what we do. 36 nights, 36 different shows is the motto in the office.
I like that. My next question was just going to be about how the Admirals work to build community beyond hockey, but it sounds like you've answered that.
Well, it's always going to be about hockey because that's our sport. But we recognize that we have to grow that fan base of people who are looking for an entertainment experience, who are looking for a 2.5-hour break from whatever's going on in their day. And if they come to a game, very often people will come back for a second one. So trying to reach people who haven't been to a game has been a priority to help us grow, and it's been successful.
Sounds great. Do you think the Admirals will win another Calder Cup during your time as president?
Well, I sure hope so, because I've been in professional sports for 40 years now, and I have no rings. So my goal is to get one. We've been in the conference finals the last 2 seasons, so very one more step away, and we've got another good team this year. So we'll see where the playoff run takes us.
That sounds terrific. Thank you for being here today, John Greenberg. Hopefully, if we get the chance to talk again, it'll be after another Calder Cup victory for the Admirals.
I hope so. That would be awesome.
Great. Now, to win a Calder Cup in the AHL, players must have the drive, grit, and dedication to compete throughout the length of a season. But what is it about playing for the Milwaukee Admirals that keeps the Ads motivated? And who are the players committed to that mission? To answer those questions, we went behind the visor and under the mask with 3 of the Admiral stars from this season.
Throughout the length of an AHL season, the Admirals roster will primarily hold anywhere from 25 to 32 players at one time. However, as players get called up or sent back down from the Nashville Predators, this number can change daily. As the Admirals' 2025 campaign continues, the team has seen a relatively low amount of major roster moves. 3 of the players who haven't seen significant time away from the Admirals are forward Kiefer Bellows, center Jake Lucchini, and all-star goaltender Matt Murray. But unlike Kiefer Bellows, some players won't get the chance to be called up to the majors at all this season. And for Kiefer, that's the ultimate goal for him and his teammates.
When you see changes in the American Hockey League, I think, you see guys go up to the NHL that are getting their first stint, or guys that are back and forth a couple times, playing games here and there. And I think you want all the best for them to go up there, succeed, and you always say you don't want to see them again because that means they've solidified their spot. But I think one of the big things is it gives guys opportunities here that haven't been playing as much, that get a chance to really showcase themselves, to solidify themselves here.
As the Admirals season progresses throughout the winter and spring months, players' physical and mental toughness will be tested. And one player who knows more than anyone about keeping their focus in tough situations is Admirals goaltender Matt Murray.
I think it's just something that you're grown into and you learn to handle through time. Obviously, as if I were an 8-year-old out here, I wouldn't be able to handle it mentally, but it's something that that you mature into and you grow into and just becomes second nature. My first NHL game was also my first NHL win, so that was huge in Chicago. I remember being on the ice for the national anthem at the United Center, and that was kind of the first moment that it hit me. It was a really surreal moment for myself, and then last year being able to play again and get my first NHL shutout was a big moment for a goalie.
And while Matt, Kiefer, and Jake may not play the same position out on the ice, they do all share one thing: their love for the city of Milwaukee.
Playing, in Wisconsin, playing for Milwaukee's kind of been something that I've hoped would happen throughout my career. It's such a great city. The team's done, very well in the past few years. So me being a first-year guy here has been, really good for me. And, being a part of a winning culture. And, it's been, a few months, obviously, since the beginning of the year, but it's been, everything I thought it would be for sure.
It's been good. It's definitely a change from what I've been used to, but it's been a good experience so far. It's a lively city, and I've enjoyed it.
During my time in Milwaukee right now, I've loved the city, everything about it. I love spending time walking around when it was a little warmer out, but I love the city, and what I love about playing for the Admirals is just the fan base support that we have, and the way the organization treats us is fantastic.
All three of these players have spent time living out their dreams of playing professional hockey. But even though they've already made it to the big stage, they haven't forgotten about the younger generation of hockey players wanting to be where they are now.
For me, I loved the game. I didn't know if I was going to play forever. I just wanted to enjoy every time I got on the ice when I was a kid or when I got older, and I think that's kind of a big thing that, I would say to a younger person is just try to enjoy it as much as you can. Play as long as you can and enjoy it.
I come to the rink every day, and I get to spend time with my best friends, and I get to go do a job that I'm very fortunate to do and very lucky to do. And I know there's plenty of kids out there in the world that would love to be in my shoes. And I think that's the mindset I take every day is I come to the rink and I work hard, but I love it.
Just have fun. I mean, there's so many things that go wrong in the game of hockey all the time, whether it's you're getting scored on or you lose a game or you get beat in a puck battle, but all those moments aren't what matters. It matters those saves you make, those goals you score, how much fun you have just playing on the ice. I think that's the biggest goal. That's what keeps me around, and that's why I keep doing it.
As players get called up and down throughout the course of an AHL season, keeping the public informed about roster moves is a top priority. One of the people involved in doing that joins us now, Admirals Vice President of Communications, Charlie Larson. Charlie, thanks for being here today.
John, thanks for having me.
You bet. What is the Admirals' process for communicating big news to media and fans?
Yeah, it depends what the big news is. For instance, if it's a player move, right, a player going up and down, which is a lot of what our communication is, that starts in Nashville, because Nashville is our primary NHL affiliate. And so I will usually get an email or a text from me up there saying, hey, we're recalling Joachim Kemmel, announcing it at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, right before morning skate, or something along those lines. So we're all on the same page. I talked to our Kimberly Bates, who is our Director of Digital Content, so she can make sure we get the word out on social media, and then we get a press release drafted, and then we send that out at the prescribed time. It's get it up. We put it up on our website as well. But there's a lot of transactions, especially this year. We've had a lot of roster moves up and down, so it keeps us on our toes.
I bet. How do you handle all that constant shuffling of the roster?
There's an old saying, a coach's saying that says you control what you can control. So we really have to focus in on that. And so it's just a matter of making sure we do our jobs, that we're making people aware when roster moves happen, and that we're wishing guys best of luck when they go up.
Sure. How has team communications changed, especially with the rise of social media?
Oh my gosh, how long do we have? When I started with the Admirals in the 2000-2001 season, there wasn't social media. A lot of companies didn't have websites, and if you didn't update it till the day after a game, no big deal, because people didn't have home internet, or if they did, it was a modem and yada, yada, yada. So really what social media has allowed us to do is to have what we call one-to-one communication with fans. So previous to social media, if you wanted to know how the Admirals did, you had to either have been at the game or looked at the newspaper or saw the highlights on TV. But now we can, not only do we tell people, but people are following along, wanting to know on a real-time basis how we're doing, and we tell them.
What would you say is your most popular social media outlet
that
your fans follow?
You know what? Every social media platform we have has kind of a different purpose. Twitter is kind of more informational. It's a little bit more fun. There's a little more give and take. Facebook is also informational, but it's easier to have a little bit of a communication in the comments section. Instagram is pictures and videos and good things, and TikTok is a little bit more raw. It's lighthearted. Produced things don't do well on Instagram or on TikTok and Instagram.
What have been some of the big storylines from this year's team?
I mean, we're coming off of back-to-back Western Conference Finals appearances, so that's a big storyline. And then, you know, the up and down that's gone on with the Predators. That's been a big thing. We've had 10 players called up this year already, and we're barely into February, and that's a big deal. And it's great. That's what the players want, but it also creates a bit of instability for us because we have to find players to replace them, throw on top of that injuries, and it can be a challenge. But that's okay. We understand who we are, and that's the role we play. And we're proud of our alumni, is what we call them, who go on to have success in the NHL.
That's great. What are some of the rising stars or the up-and-comers that fans should be looking for?
Yeah, we've had, over the past couple of years, we've had a lot of #1 draft picks come and play for us. Players like Joachim Kemmel, who just made his NHL debut the other day, who was an American Hockey League All-Star, now back with us. Ozzy Weisblatt, also a #1 draft pick, although not by the Predators, from the San Jose Sharks. We acquired him in a trade, and he made his NHL debut just recently. Matt Murray is a AHL All-Star who has been phenomenal, won 6 games in a row, and has just been on a tear as of late. So we've got a lot of really good players. We also have some veterans that are helping us out. Mequon, 2 players from Mequon. We have only had 3 players in Admirals history have been born in Milwaukee and raised here and then played for us, and 2 of them, Spencer Stasny and Anders Bjork, are playing on the team right now.
That's great to hear that we're seeing more local talent.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then ending up with the Admirals.
We like that. We love that because it sells tickets.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's got help with ticket sales.
It does.
So terrific. What do you like, in one sentence or less, what do you love most about working for the Admirals?
The people. The players, our staff, the fans. That's what I really love, is the people.
That sounds great. Charlie Larson, thank you for being here today, and the best of luck to you and the Admirals for the rest of this season.
Absolutely, Don. Happy to be here.
Thanks. We visited both the team itself as well as the players on the team. But one crucial aspect of any sports team we haven't explored yet is the fans. Fans are what bring the team to life during any home game, and they can shift the momentum with their positive energy. We'll head back over to Panther Arena to take a look at what you can expect to see during an Admirals game beyond while the puck is in play, and why 2 longtime Admirals fans continue to come back to Panther Arena year after year, cheering on their ads.
From the roars of the crowd during a goal to the symphony of cowbells heard throughout the arena over the course of a period, fans from the Milwaukee Admirals bring energy and passion to each and every game. Whether you're a perennial season ticket holder or one of the newest additions to the Admirals fandom, everyone is welcome inside the Panther Arena. The Admirals are committed to each and every fan having a positive experience while attending a game. And even while the puck isn't in play, the team makes sure that there's never a break in the action. From the lovable teddy bear toss to musical chairs on center ice. And Milwaukee's own human hockey puck. There's sure to be something memorable happening even during intermissions. But memorable moments like these have become much more than just moments for longtime Admiral fans Barb and April since the turn of the century.
I think my most memorable moment was a Tuesday night game back when we were in the Bradley Center, and Jordan Choo-Choo started a fight, and it cleared both benches, and both goalies were involved. I think it took them 10 to 15 minutes just to figure out the penalties on that one.
I have been an Admirals fan for most likely over 21, 22 years. The excitement the area that we sit in. We have made friends, and it's just a great group of people.
Fans are the driving force behind any sports team. And for the Admirals, the fans define what it means to be a part of Milwaukee's hockey family. So find a seat, grab a pretzel, and maybe even make some memories for yourself.
The Admirals go above and beyond to ensure that the fans are entertained during more than just the game itself. I'm happy to introduce our next guest to discuss what he does to ensure fans continue building special memories with the team. I'm talking about the Admirals' manager of entertainment, Nick Wojciechowski. Nick, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks. What are some of the entertainment or promotions that people can expect at a typical Admirals game?
Well, like you saw in the video package, the human hockey puck is a fan favorite. We do that 36 times a year because who doesn't love to see people get slingshotted across the ice? But across from that, we just try to keep something going every TV timeout, every stoppage we have, every whistle. We try to keep our fans constantly engaged, whether it be having them scan a QR code to see themselves on the video board or playing trivia along with our fans. We just try to do something every time we get a whistle.
Sounds great. What are the most successful promotions or entertainment components that you've put on at Admiral games during your time with the team?
The most, again, a fan favorite, you can't go wrong with a t-shirt toss. The fans cannot get enough t-shirts, but that's a basic answer. Our concerts would be our fans' favorite thing that we do, I'd say. We put on 4 concert games a year.
What bands have you had?
We've had, we had Skillet, we've had a lot of up-and-coming country guys, all kinds of guys. It's really tough to list all of them.
Sure. That's neat. Now, we saw something about the teddy bear toss. Can you tell us more about that and who it supports?
So that supports Safe Wisconsin, which donates those teddy bears to children who have been through traumatic things. So this most recent season, our teddy bear toss netted 3,200 teddy bears, which was more than double what we did the previous season. So we had our fans came out, really showed out. They talked about it constantly in their season ticket holder Facebook group that they were gonna really make it happen this year, and they really did.
That's neat. How do you measure success beyond attendance?
My measure of success is no matter how the team does, even if we put up a big stinker, I want fans to leave saying, wow, I was entertained the entire time. So being able to create that experience for people, being able to give people a once-in-a-lifetime experience, like putting them on the Zamboni or having them do something fun, I think that is the most valuable thing.
That's terrific. Are there any how should you say it, upcoming experiences that people can expect or look forward to in the future?
As far as theme nights, as far as promotions, what do you?
Sure, anything, yeah. I mean, yeah, let's start with theme nights.
We got a lot of really cool theme nights coming up. We have Outdoors Night, which is a personal favorite of mine, which we bring out the DNR, they bring out live animals, we get snakes and turtles, and they bring out furs. They have a lot of interactive experiences and things that they do, and they've been great working with us, but I would say check our website. We have so many great theme nights coming up.
That's great. Now, you are in your 12th year with the club, is that correct, with the Ads?
That is correct. I started in the 13-14 season part-time, and then 18-19 full-time.
And then we had your president, John Greenberg, who's in his 20th year, and then Charlie Larson was a guest. He's in his 25th year.
Yeah.
There's really a lot to be said about the quality of the organization that you've had been there for so long. Now, Charlie had to answer some tough questions about all these roster moves that happen when players get called up and down. Do you fear that could help with the personnel, knowing the great job you're doing, that some of you might get called down to Nashville?
If they call me up, I'll do what I have to do. You know that. But otherwise, we have a great staff, and sadly, none of us have been called up just because it's a different ownership group, but if we could, I'm sure that they would.
Now, did you play hockey in your youth?
No, I did not.
Wow. How did you get involved with the Admirals?
Family business is what I'll say. My dad worked there. My sister worked there. So
Wow.
it just kind of
The family
was,
tradition.
Yeah, it was a kind of an organic thing for me to start working there and entertaining people on a large scale.
That's great. What do you love most about working for the Admirals?
Like I kind of touched on earlier, it's creating that experience, creating memories. I had a couple fans come up to me last season, and they told me that I put them on the Zamboni on their first date together, and now they're married.
All right.
So things like that are just incredible to me. To
Yeah,
be able
what a
to
great memory.
be able to be part of somebody's love story to that scale. And there's so many of them that people don't come up to me and tell me about, and
Sure.
I think that's very cool.
That's great. Nick, we appreciate your time today and everything you do for Admirals fans. We also appreciate all of you for tuning into today's show. We hope you've been inspired to add the ads to your Wisconsin sports fandom and maybe even catch an upcoming game. I'm your host, Don Brown, and this has been Face Off in Milwaukee. Thanks again for joining us.